This is CBS News, headquartered in New York, coming to you live on the events that recently happened in Europe. On March 7, 1936, in an attempt to rebuild Germany's military strength, Adolf Hitler ordered 90 to 20,000 Wehrmacht troops to remilitarize the Rhineland demilitarized zone, despite it going against the terms of the Treaty of Versailles. The majority of the troops sent were killed by a small French army. Hours later, Hitler learned that the army that attacked his troops weren't under the orders of the French military command under Philippe Pétain, but rather under the orders of one Charles de Gaulle. His sentence is still undetermined as of now. Stay tuned for more. This is the CBS newsroom in New York, coming to you live on events unfolding as of now. Sometime today, the Japanese Empire attacked the U.S. naval fleet at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, and invaded the Philippine Islands. The reports of the damage we were given details that not only was the majority of the naval fleet at the base destroyed, including 5 of the 9 battleships and all 3 aircraft carriers stationed there, but also the naval repair yards, the submarine base, the oil tank farms, and even the old administration building wasn't spared from the damage. More news is to follow, so stay tuned. This is CBS News, headquartered in New York, coming to you live on the events that happened recently. U.S. President Thomas E. Dewey announced in a radio and television broadcast that a peace deal to the Great Pacific War has been signed and the war is finally over. The Battle of Midway would be the reason for the war to devolve into a stagnant back-and-forth slug similar to the Western Front of the Great War. Taking advantage of the war's unpopularity, Thomas E. Dewey made a campaign promise that, when elected, he would end the Great Pacific War. This proved to be beneficial to his popularity and allowed him to win the 1944 presidential election against incumbent President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He then made the promise come true as of recently. From what we know now, the terms of the treaty are that the U.S. will allow the Japanese Empire much-needed supplies to conquer China and, in exchange, will promise not to attack any territories belonging to the United States. There will be more information at the hour, so stay tuned. This is from the CBS newsroom in New York, coming to you live on the events unfolding as of now. On August 9th of this year, Soviet troops began an invasion of the lands of Manchuria and western China, starting a war between the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics and the Empire of Japan. In an interview with Soviet leader Joseph Stalin, we managed to learn that the reason for this invasion is to preemptively stop the Japanese potentially invading Soviet territory, and, as expected, to spread the ideas of communism and socialism to China and potentially the whole of East Asia. Stalin reportedly feels very confident that this invasion will work, following the USSR's victory against the Entente powers 2 years prior. But he has also said there will be a contingency weapon in the case that the invasion doesn't go as planned.